Welcome to Weekend Prime. I'm Robinson Okenye and Maresha Witi is on sign language. Now, activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo have been freed by Ugandan authorities after being arrested in presidential candidate Bobi Wine's campaign trail and detained for 38 days. Speaking to the media at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport earlier today, they revealed that they were arrested by military officials and detained at a military facility where they were tortured. The activists applauded former President Uhuru Kenyatta for intervening to secure their release. Winfrey Owino reports.
At exactly 1 p.m. Saturday, close relatives of activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo, who had been detained in Uganda for over a month, had arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, ready to reunite with their loved ones. Here, family members' emotions ran high after spending weeks without knowing the whereabouts of their kin, who were visibly shaken and distraught.
I want to thank everybody who has been helping us throughout. It has been a difficult time.
Njagi and Oyoo have disclosed that they were detained in a Ugandan military facility where they were tortured and went days without food. Prior to this, Njagi had also been forcibly disappeared from Kitengela and held for 32 days, where he, alongside other activists, were reportedly tortured for their activism. And although they were released, they say they continued to face threats.
At this point, we don't want to say much because we have to go for some medical attention a bit. We are traumatized, but we are happy to be home. I'm happy to be here. There are things I might have taken for granted. Today, I may not take them for granted.
We didn't think we were going to come out alive because we were being abducted by the military. We have been kept by the military in Uganda for this, under the Special Forces Command. We're going to release more details to you in a short while.
While condemning intimidation and oppression of citizens' freedoms within the East African community, human rights defenders who had been pushing for the duo's release recognized former President Uhuru Kenyatta's intervention that secured their release.
There were a lot of complex negotiations that took place. One of them involved the former President of the Republic of Kenya, the fourth President, and that is Uhuru Kenyatta. And it is out of the negotiations and the discussions that took place at the very highest levels of the two governments, plus the former President, that we have had the two, Bob Njagi and Nick Oyoo, return to Kenya.
You will recall at some point, we were very afraid of their well-being. We even demanded proof of life from the Ugandan authorities.
If these trends continue, it may not going to be easy for 2026 in Uganda and 2027 in Kenya.
Njagi and Oyoo were released shortly after midnight on Friday and handed over to the Kenyan High Commission in Uganda. They were later escorted to the Kenya-Uganda border in Busia, where they were received by family, then driven to Kisumu and flown to Nairobi. They now proceed to get medical attention and psychosocial support before they share details of their ordeal between October 1st and November 7th. 38 days of anxiety and wait have finally come to an end following the safe arrival of Nicholas Oyoo and Bob Njagi. But this has come at a cost. A series of press conferences by activists, letters from government officials, and high-level consultations among state leaders. Winfrey Owino, KTN.
Since the 1st of October, when Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo went missing,